Hey, howdy, hey, welcome back to Trek Chat, a podcast brought to you by Trek on the Tube. As you've probably noticed by now, the runtime is very short, and I have no guests announced in the title, and that's because I thought I'd do a little something like I did last year. See, every December, it's very chaotic and very difficult for me to get guests on, especially considering I work a lot during that period, so it's easier for me to do a little something like this, a little hi, hello, and thank you so much for being here. That's what I wanted to do. So yeah, it might become a bit of a tradition, I don't know. But I mean, if you guys prefer to have a full episode, please do feel free to let me know. I will take that into consideration and make that work next year. Anyway, I hope everyone had a wonderful 2021. I know that's a bit of a bizarre thing to say considering 2021 was such a bizarre year. It was a very strange year. I know that we're all still going through this COVID situation. Here in Quebec, things are like getting worse because as we speak, they're initiating curfews and lockdowns. It's insane and intense. Look, I hope it hasn't affected you guys too much. I hope that you're still able to find some joy in this world, be it with Star Trek, this podcast, or just anything else. trekonthetube@gmail.com is my email address. It's not so much a business email address as it is just the one that I created for Trek on the Tube. So yeah, I mean, if you want to contact me on that, if you want to send me an email, feel free to do so. That's for the people that don't necessarily watch my channel, because I do read most to all comments on my channel. Like if I don't read your comment, it's probably because I missed it. Like I'm not submerged with that many views and that many comments that I just skip things. So yeah. Now last year, I don't know if you recall, but I announced a couple guests in advance there, and some of them didn't make it, and that's just due to scheduling issues and a whole bunch of stuff. Everyone also has, their real world life to live, so sometimes it doesn't really pan out or work out. So I'll refrain from announcing any guests this year, though I will ask you people, who do you want to be on this show? And I'm not saying that I will absolutely be able to get that person if you want someone in particular, but I can always extend an invitation. And is there anyone special that you would want to have on this show? And is there any topic? Is there any topic that you would like to hear me talk about? Is there any topic that you think would suit the format, that would suit Trek Chat well? If you've got any ideas, please do feel free again to let me know. As for the schedule and the format, things are going to stay the same. One episode a month is what I'm going to be doing. I know it's not much compared to other podcasts out there, but that's really all the time I have. Running the channel, working the real world job, and then being with the family, and then trying to spend some time with friends as well. It's all so time consuming. So yeah, one episode a month is what I can fit in. Also, I've noticed recently that sometimes these discussions, I'm not going to say they go off the rails, but they are kind of casual and informal, as our good buddy Starfleet Boy would say. We don't always stay too on topic. I was just wondering what you guys thought of that. Like, is that okay? Is that not okay? Would you like me to stick more on topic? Or is the format quite good as it is? Moving on to something that isn't exactly Trek Chat, but I guess is Trek Chat adjacent. Star Trek, the franchise. Just so you guys know, 2022 is going to be an interesting year for Star Trek releases. Not only will we be getting the rest of Discovery Season 4 and the rest of Prodigy Season 1, but we're also getting Picard Season 2, and I mean, even if there's no announced date yet, we should be getting the first season of Strange New Worlds, so a lot of Star Trek. I do wonder if they're gonna keep out putting short treks. I kind of feel like that whole concept is now deceased, just because they have so many actual shows that Viacom, CBS, or Paramount Plus. The powers that be no longer need to force them into releasing content just to have stuff coming out. But yeah, I mean, we might be in a time where Star Trek is just released every single week for years and years and years, which I think it's a bit much. Admittedly, I think it's a bit much. I'm happy to have new Star Trek. I'm always grateful to have new Star Trek, but this might be overkill. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I am, though, very happy that all of these Star Treks are so different from one another. That's refreshing. It's refreshing to come out of Discovery, go into Prodigy, come out of Prodigy, go into Picard, and then you got Lower Decks, and all of these shows are so very different, so that's refreshing. I enjoy that. Of course, that's all just new Star Trek, and because new Star Trek exists, it doesn't mean that old Star Trek no longer does, and I will be talking about old Star Trek as much as possible. I intend on doing more of those spotlight spotlight or extravaganza episodes like I did for Nemesis. I think that was fun. I'd like to do like an episode on Star Trek 5 because I think it's really not that good, but I really want to bring in people that love it. And yeah, I'd like to talk about, I don't know, Enterprise, because again, I don't think it's one of the strongest shows, but I think it would be interesting to bring in people that absolutely love it. Alright, that's about it. As I always say, this is Trek Chat, a podcast brought to you by Trek on the Tube, and that's because I have different podcasts as well. I have Captain's Personal Log. I don't know if you've ever listened to those. Do you think I should carry on with those? Admittedly, I was using them to vent a little back when I wasn't as happy as I am now with, I guess, my situation and work and all of that. But I did find it fun to do. So if you guys want more of that, I can do that. It was all improvised, by the way. I didn't have any script for that. Like, I had kind of an idea, a concept of where I wanted to go with that specific story, but then I just blurted it out and tried to fix it in post. You know, it's like, edit it to make it seem somewhat coherent, and that was it. Yeah, if you enjoyed those, do let me know, and I can carry on when I find the time. If not, then send me all resounding no's, and I will not do it anymore. But maybe there'll be another podcast concept coming sometime in the future. I have a few. It's just finding the time to really execute them and make them good. You know, you got to put out that quality content, quality over quantity, as I guess people used to say before YouTube existed. Yeah, I do want to thank you all so much for listening to these episodes, be it on the various podcast streaming services and platforms, or be it on YouTube, and I want to thank you for leaving comments as well. I mean, just having people along for this ride on this journey is absolutely amazing, and I do hope that you get some joy out of listening to me, at least as much joy as I get out of doing these episodes, because even though I am a little socially awkward, and I think you can probably hear it sometimes, I don't exactly know how to interact with people that I've never met or never talked to before. I really have a good time. I also want to extend many thanks to everyone that's ever come on. I think you guys are very good sports. I love you so much. Thank you so much for helping me out. Big shout out to Starfleet Boy for being the almost co-host of the show. It's always a joy to have you on. And yeah, I'm very proud to consider you my friend. So there's that. I really hope that 2021 wasn't too bad for you guys. If it wasn't the best, then yeah, I'm really sorry to hear about that. Fingers crossed 2022 will be better. Come on. After the rain comes the blue skies. Are these the expressions? I use expressions, but I don't know if they're the correct ones. Anyway, thank you so much again for being here. I'll see you again on the 1st of next month with an episode that I'm trying to put together basically as I record this. I'm very excited about it. As usual, live long and prosper, and I wish you all a very happy 2022.